Alright, we'll give you a quick run through of how we did this. So we found out the hard way that you can't get one of the bolts out on the forward side of the car because it'll hit the oil pan underneath the car. So you actually have to unbolt the engine on the right side, and we unbolted it right here, and on the back side, let me get a flashlight, and right there, so you can see that hole right there. You unbolt those two, and that'll give you a little bit of space, you can see right here, to lift up. When you do that, there is a black bracket, you'll see it right here. You actually have to unbolt that too, and it mounts right there. So you unbolt that as well. It's a good idea to take these little Phillips heads that hold this your engine coolant into the frame. It's like right here. You just take these bolts out to just give it a little bit more movement. So yeah, we put some jack stands underneath it, and then used a 2x4 of wood and mounted it underneath the oil pan, and we started lifting. And then that finally gave us the clearance we needed to get this bolt underneath the oil pan, because without this lift, the oil pan sits about right down here, and it'll hit the oil pan. So that's the frustrating part. So once you do that, you should be able to get this bolt out. And then these 3 bolts are pretty easy. They're 5/8 bolts. You screw it into the top right here. They come out pretty easy. And then you can see my broken support arm. This is why I needed to replace it. It broke clean off. I think this bolt right here is a 19mm, and then I think these are 16s or 17s. You take those off, and it's relatively simple after that. The hardest part is just lifting the engine out. So yeah, these 2 bolts over here, this black bracket right here, and then these Phillips head screws to loosen up the engine coolant. And also there's this one right here too for your window washer fluid, just to give it a little bit of room. You don't want to crack anything. We didn't want to crack anything, so these are the bolts for the engine mount. And then replacing it, we'll just lower it back down and bolt everything back together again. I think that's kind of the only tricky parts about this job. So yeah, we just wanted to make a video because we couldn't find a video. So once we figured it out, we said, well, let's make one. So sorry if quality is not the best, but hopefully it's good content.